guys, what is up? Back at you once again. It is your boy Chin, that freaking Mark. We had ourselves a post-Royal Rumble episode of SmackDown. We should probably see where it landed on the scale, right? Good call. I agree with what you said. Hell yeah, brother. So we got ourselves the man, Becky Lynch, opening up this here episode of SmackDown. Just cutting a promo, talking about how she's going to whoop the fuck out of Ronda at Mania. Fair point, Becky. I'm pretty sure you're going to be the one to break that streak. And Charlotte just comes out, and she's basically just here to talk about how Becky can thank her for all the success that she's had, because Charlotte is awesome. I was like, oh, just shut up, Charlotte. I wasn't having it. Neither was Becky, though, because she just fucking sucker punched the shit out of her, and it was awesome. We had the classic security comes down to break everyone up, and security does a shit job of breaking people up because they still got like licks in on each other. WWE, get better security, bigger dudes, people with better grappling abilities. I don't know why this always happens, but it always does. Still entertaining though. Okay, guys, bear with me on this next one here. R-Truth versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Just totally figured this was going to be a blow-off match, right? Well, before the match even started, I guess, might as well mention that Truth was cutting a promo and he was pissed at Nia Jax for taking a spot in the Royal Rumble, which is fair. And from what I hear from some talks online, he's also pissed at Nia Jax for other reasons, but we'll leave that one for another time. We have ourselves the match, and it's just going along, and Truth just gets a roll-up out of nowhere. And a weird pinfall happens, the bell goes off, and everyone is just super confused the whole time. No one really knows what's going on, and yeah, apparently R-Truth won. Everyone was still really confused. Shinsuke was pissed, which is reasonably so. Rusev comes out because, you know, he did just like lose it a couple days ago there. There's one thing I don't like is transitional couple day champions in wrestling. That shit just pisses me off. And I totally thought I was just about to get another one. But Rusev comes out, challenges him for a match, and they get there. There's like some chick pushing between Lana and Carmella. But yeah, we have the match itself, and again, it's just really quick, and it ends on R-Truth getting a roll-up. And then Shinsuke and Rusev team up after the match and just start beating the fuck out of him. Rusev's the heel again. Doesn't deter the fact that it's still Rusev Day, so happy Rusev Day. Next up, we have ourselves what was going to be Rey Mysterio versus Samoa Joe. And Rey Mysterio makes his entrance, and Zelina Vega comes out, and she's just like, yo dog, you got beef with me? Because you got me barred from ringside at the match the other day. She's like, what's wrong, Rey? Too distracted by this hot bod over here? And it's just like, dude, are you really gonna try and act like he's in the wrong for that, Zelina? That's unfair. It's really just a distraction for Andrade to come out and just jump his ass when he wasn't paying attention. And that's exactly what it was. And guess what that their jumping then led into? Yup. Dick move of the night. Andrade starts pulling out the Three Amigos on Rey Mysterio. I think last week he was doing the Orale. Now he's pulling that one. Cheap Heat, I see you. Okay, so then we have ourselves a celebration for Shane and Miz because they're the tag team champions now. And it was just weird, man. Like, Shane presents a video package that just kind of outlines like Miz's urge to be friends with Shane and borderline daddy issues, and like the Miz's dad comes out and says that he loves him and that he's proud of him, and like everyone pops off for that, and it was just like really emotional. And like, I don't know, maybe it's just because I like don't have a soul, but I don't really like too much emotion in my wrestling. The best part about this whole segment was probably Corey being hilarious on commentary, because he's just talking about how he should quit telling his kids that he loves them, so 35 years down the road he can be a hero for saying it, or some shit like that. It was pretty funny, so, And it just ended with Shane being like, yeah, it's cool being the champs, but defending them is even better, bro. So we're going to have a 4-way elimination match tonight to determine who's going to be the number one contenders for these sick belts, for these sick straps. Dude, this next segment here was originally just going to be like a little scrolly bar segment, but it was just Sonya and Mandy, first off, just get added to the Elimination Chamber match, as last night on Raw, everyone's like having to earn their way into it, like how you would normally do in wrestling, right? And it just turns into talking about how Mandy has held a grudge against Naomi since Tough Enough because she was like mean to her or some shit. Mandy Rose, let me tell you something. If you think that's mean, you should go back and watch the first episode of Botch Club and check out what they did to Gallows when he was in Tough Enough, okay? So I think you made out pretty alright. Even worse than that ridiculous grudge holding that she was talking about, it then turned into her talking about how she got dumped by her boyfriend because she had like no self-confidence or whatever. Are you fucking kidding me, Mandy Rose? We then have ourselves that 4-way elimination match. It featured the Usos, the New Day, the Bar, and then Heavy Machinery, which was actually, nice to see a new tag team in that SmackDown tag team rotation. Before the match even starts, we have Shane and The Miz in the backstage area in just like a really dim lit room with their fucking bastard love child, the Trophy, watching on as they watch on this match that's going down. Yeah, it was really weird, you guys. Maybe turn a light on. There was a lot going on in this match, so we're just gonna kind of stick mostly to like eliminations, I guess. The New Day got eliminated right off the bat, but I guess Xavier's probably not too pissed about that because now we can go home and play Kingdom Hearts, I think it was. That was by Heavy Machinery, by the way. After that happened, the Usos just kind of got taken out on the outside area there by the Bar. Not too long after that elimination had happened, so it kind of turned things into a traditional tag team match there for a minute. But it didn't last too long because the Bar eliminates Heavy Machinery, but the Usos just picked up on it. They just kind of came up out of nowhere, not too long before that, after that, whatever the hell, and just eliminates the Bar, wins the match, goes on to Elimination Chamber, the pay-per-view, not the match, I'm pretty sure. Some other notable spots that we had was Otis and Big E just gyrating their hips in the middle of the match, which was pretty comical, and Otis also hit the caterpillar, not the worm. It's different because he's a big man. Alrighty, yeah, so we have ourselves the main event promo of the night. It's heel Daniel Bryan, and I'm not going to complain because I really love myself a heel Daniel Bryan promo. He comes on out, people just start chanting for Becky, and he's like, no, that's not what's going to happen. Here's what's happening, is I won, so that means all of y'all win, because a win for me could only be in the best interest for all of you fucking idiots. By the way, you probably noticed that my big old ginger bearded friend came out to help me last night. Let me introduce you to him. His name is just Rowan now, and the O is replaced with a recycling symbol. How adorable. Daniel Bryan is basically going on to tell this story about how the cow that made the WWE Championship belt was named Daisy, and it lived this life of shit, and it was able to have happiness, but it just lived a life of shit, and just got shit on all the time, and it got fucking murdered, and turned into a fucking championship belt, and he was just trying to guilt trip everyone, and it just kind of made me hungry more than anything. But whatever, man. We got a thank you Daisy chant in there, which I loved the dickness of the fans. That was really great. After we get ourselves that really dickish chant, Daniel Bryan just throws away the WWE Championship because he had asked for a trash can, and he just tosses it right in there. And go and check the wrestling records. I guarantee you that's the first time a championship belt has ever been thrown away on the air in the history of wrestling. I'll even date that all the way back to WCW. That's how positive I am on that one. And what happens after that is Daniel Bryan pulls out probably the most affordable championship belt I've ever seen in my life. I was like, whoa, okay, that's weird looking, but I could probably pick that up, like, for a couple bucks that I made in tips or some shit like that. He goes on to mention the specs about the belt, and as soon as he mentions hemp, everyone just starts popping off. And let me tell you people, the reason that you're popping off isn't worth popping off for, because THC, the thing that gets you high in weed, is completely minuscule when it comes to hemp. So you fucking popping off for it when the guy is supposed to be a heel, remember that, and all of a sudden you're chanting for him, it's really fucking dumb. So maybe keep that in mind next time. AJ Styles comes out, and he's just like, hey man, have you been smoking the prototype to that belt? I'll give you a pass, AJ Styles, because even though you're a flat earther, I like your wrestling, so that's 2 passes you're given, okay? That doesn't happen too often. And honestly, I like this whole segment, but it kind of led into another thing that ekes me, which is just like, okay, AJ came out, and then Orton comes out, and during the break Jeff Hardy came out, Mustafa Ali comes out, Samoa Joe comes out, and he's the one that's especially pissed and just gets on the mic, and he even just made an AA joke at Jeff Hardy. That was a pretty sick burn, and it just kind of led into a brawl because this is wrestling and testosterone is a thing. Daniel Bryan is like over on the commentators table and he's like positioned like Admiral Nelson. I said Admiral Nelson because I'm fucking cheap. He's just like yelling at everyone about how they'll never get a chance at this belt no matter how much they brawl. Triple H shows up on the Tron. He's like, yeah, no one man there will get a shot at that championship. It's gonna be all of them in an elimination chamber match, brother. Who would have saw that coming? I saw it coming as soon as Triple H showed up on the Tron. Yeah, and I'm gonna have to say that was an episode of SmackDown Live in a nutshell. How was it overall? Kinda weird, to be honest with you. I mean, we did have things that I like. Becky Lynch and Daniel Bryan just both being really good heels and, you know, doing that. But there was a lot of really weird shit in between. The whole US title thing was like really weird. And I'm not gonna feel sympathetic for you, Mandy Rose. You're hot as fuck. You really think I'm gonna feel bad for you getting dumped? Like, oh no. I know that's the point, but still, like, I don't know. It was a weird up and down. I'm glad that the Usos are going on to the Elimination Chamber. My point here is that overall, it was decent, okay? It was just kinda, eh. It wasn't crap craps and it wasn't shat though. So, you know what? It could have been worse. Overall, it was decent. And yep. There you have it. It has once again been ya boy, Chin, that freaking Mark, here talking about graps, because that's what I do on Sundays. I just set up all this production shit in my room, and I talk about wrestling. Hell yeah, brother. Deuces.